Okay, this video is for any of my viewers, but kind of directed toward Glorious Life on Wheels. I'm going to title it For Glorious Life on Wheels, and then you'll make a reference in, on your latest video that I have a video for you. Now, it's on this executive order. Now, you made a video. I watched about 5 minutes in, and then I had to do something else. I haven't watched all the way through. I'm going to give a list of some of the single female YouTubers, that RVers that I follow that have commented on this. You, Glorious Life on Wheels, comment on it. Bunny and Beyond Van Life commented on it. I think Cloud is Sky. It's another single female RVer. I think she commented on it. I may be wrong on that. I remember seeing, at least 5 single female YouTubers comment one way or another. Of course, Wonder Gypsy comment on it, but her opinion of it is the same as mine. I might get that in a minute. Now, I wish I remembered your first name, Glorious Life on Wheels. So I could reference you that way. But anyway, now in one of your videos, you said you were a retired police officer. You admitted you retired as a detective. Now I'm just curious on something. I'm gonna get to that in a minute here. Now, Wandering Gypsy and me, that's her, Sarah. Her YouTube channel is Wandering Gypsy. If you want, we'll go back and watch her video where she's pretty much have the same opinion on this executive order as me. Let me get that. Now, I just briefly skimmed through it. I didn't read it at length. I just kind of briefly skimmed through it. And what it looked like, it was directed more toward the more chronically homeless people, the people that or maybe living in their vehicle in the middle of a city and just staying there for months and months, maybe dumping out their trash and human waste, or maybe these people are mentally ill, or maybe they're using drugs and they're a major problem for the city. That's where this executive order looked like a wording was more, to take care of that type of problem. And in one of my videos, while I was talking about it, someone it said exactly the same thing. It was more intended to help the cities clean up their chronically homeless people, and not intended for YouTube RVers doing the van life or whatever. That really shouldn't affect him. That's my opinion also. But the one thing in the executive order that bugged me was something about losing your civil rights just for being homeless in a vehicle. And I don't think a judge can remove somebody's civil rights just for being homeless in a vehicle. Yeah, I mean, even if you're, unless you're also committing a major crime. If you're committing a major crime, that's a different story. I mean, anyway, I'm interested in a retired a retired detective's opinion of losing your civil rights just for being homeless in a vehicle. That's what I'm asking you. Feel free to reference me in your videos. It'll get me a few more subscribers if you do. That's the main reason I do this. Now, I'd appreciate. I mentioned a number of other YouTubers, doing all kind of, one's doing automotive, one's doing aircraft, one's doing, urbex. I mentioned them, and so far nobody's ever mentioned me that I know of in one of their videos. Just curious. Hey, Glorious Life on Wheels, go watch Gypsy's video, where she's talking about this executive order, and you may come out of this or what? I've done 4 or 5 where I was pretty much calling it clickbait, calling it fear mongering, because that's what it looked like to me. But I've been wrong before. I may be completely wrong on this now. I don't know. I'm hoping I'm right. I'm hoping that this executive order doesn't put a bunch of RVers, van lifers in jail or in mental hospitals. Now, my personal belief that if a cop did arrest somebody for being homeless in a vehicle and they weren't mentally ill, and the judge committed them to a mental institution, that has to be examined by a doctor and a psychiatrist, psychologist, or whatever, and they're going to look at them and say, look, you're not mentally ill. We're not going to waste the resources of an overcrowded, understaffed facility on someone that obviously doesn't need to be here. They just walk right out that door, and everything will be fine. That's my opinion. Also, my opinion is that the various law enforcement agencies will just be considering it a waste of their time and manpower and money on trying to arrest people that aren't breaking any laws other than this executive order. That's just my personal belief. and probably a lot of others. Okay, sometime I'm going to compose a list of, the van lifers, the RVers that have commented on this executive order in one way or another. Because I remember a bunch of them actually commenting. Okay, to live this crazy world, das Leben ist ein Abenteuer, and c'est la vie. Bye-bye.